Well, hello, hello. My name is Daddy-O. I do a couple faceless channels and I do a couple face channels. This here is one of my face channels. I'm also an Uber driver, and I just had something quite unique happen a little bit ago, and I'll tell you about it. Um, I here doing my Uber thing today, and I get this run to go pick up this gentleman, or I don't know who I'm picking up yet, to a marijuana dispensary. I get there, and it's one of the security guards on duty. He comes out, he gets in the vehicle, and I'm taking him over to where he lives a little ways away. And on the way, he needs to make a stop at a store. So I pull into the store here for him to stop, grocery store. He needs to go in for a few minutes. It wasn't on the Uber app to stop, but hey, I'll stop for you. So I stop for him. He goes in. Well, he can't take his gun inside the store. So he said, I need to leave my gun in the vehicle. So he, as he gets out, he takes it out of his holster. He ejects the cartridge, takes the clip out, and puts it underneath my seat. He's got a little key thing. He put in the trigger and everything there, but he put everything underneath the seat there. And so he goes in the store. He goes in, he's in for a little while, and I'm thinking about this gun sitting down there, and I'm not in my normal town, my normal area. So if something was to happen, I don't know the cops there. Over here, I know the cops where I'm at, but I didn't know. I was sweating this guy's gun just laying down there on my floor with the clip and the bullet and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I don't know, 7-8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so goes by even. He comes back out, gets in the vehicle, and I go pulling away. So he reaches down to get his gun, puts his clip back in it, and then all of a sudden he realized that he had ejected a bullet out of the gun. So he starts looking for the bullet. Well, he can't find the bullet. I thought he put it down in the floor. I haven't messed with his stuff. The gun is down there the whole time he's in the store. I haven't touched nothing. But he can't find the bullet. I mean, he's looking in the seat. I pulled over in the parking lot there so he could look underneath the seat, look all around. He could not find the bullet. We spent probably 15 minutes sitting there in the parking lot, him going crazy because apparently he has to account for his bullets, and he's going to have one missing. I don't know. That seemed to be the problem he was having with everything. Okay. But like I say, we sat there for a while he's looking for this missing bullet and everything. So he gets to the point where he's really panicked, and he goes, I don't know what to do. He says, well, just take me on home. I'm going to have to figure it out. I don't have any bullets at home to substitute that. That's from where I work at. They issue this to me. Okay. So I take him on to his house, and he's getting out of the vehicle. He's getting some groceries and stuff that he had picked up real quick in the store, his lotto tickets he had gotten, his fantasy tickets or whatever he was playing. And he reaches in his pocket to pull out a tip for me. Well, when he pulls it out, guess what fell out of his pocket? The bullet. The bullet was in his pocket the whole damn time. I thought he had put it in the floor. I told him, I said, I think he put it in the floor down there. And that's where he looked at. He looked forever. Couldn't find his bullet. Anyway, the mysterious bullet finally come back, and he found the bullet to his gun. And so he was happy at that point. And yeah, he pulled out a $20 bill and handed me a $20 bill then for just making a stop with him and helping him. And I was not rushing him. I knew he was in a panic mode. He works at a dispensary, and I guess he has to keep track of ammunition. I don't know. But anyway, that was just, I couldn't, it's the first time I've ever picked anyone up there that worked there. Now, I've taken people out to the dispensary before and dropped them off. It was the first time I'd picked up anyone leaving there, especially an employee that worked there. Every so often you'll go by and pick up someone, and I've done a few pickups there, not as many as drop-offs, but they'll have their little white bag with them with their stuff and everything. And I completely support that. You gotta ease the pain on whatever you're going through. And if that helps, that's completely understandable. I am just an old hippie, and I can completely understand that. But anyway, the bullet was missing. The bullet was found. He was happy. I was happy. Uh, he even knuckled me, hey, and he handed me $20 bill. I'm happy with that, hey, but I just figured I had to tell you that funny little story. It happened. I don't normally get lost bullets in the car. I have a lot of other lost things in here. My phone thing from the other week. The next day, I had another phone lost in the vehicle or left in the vehicle. Went through the same procedures again. That person was very happy to get their phone back because they also gave me a $20 bill for going through all the effort to get it back to them. So you can get those little tips when you do the right thing out here. So if you're an Uber driver, just be courteous, be kind, be helpful. You're going to have people that are sometimes at their wits' ends for whatever reason. He was definitely at his wits' ends because he had lost the bullet, and he felt like I guess he was new at the job. He was actually going through it. He had a brand new Mustang 2 weeks before I picked him up, or today. 2 weeks ago, he said it got totaled in a wreck. Someone ran through a red light and just totaled the side of his vehicle. Brand new Mustang. So he was having an Uber, and until he gets his insurance settlement, I guess. So, yeah, just be helpful out here, guys. If you're doing Uber, be the guy that does the right thing. I hear so many people out here that I pick up. They're always talking about. I had it earlier. I had someone that I talked to them the whole ride. We were talking about all kind of things. I was telling them about the place, the restaurants here, there, things to do when they were here. And when they went to get out, they asked me my name again, and I told them. And they said, the driver that took us to the hotel never said a word to us. Yeah, your riders know that. They know when you're trying to be helpful or when you're giving them a line of BS. And just be helpful out here, guys. If you're drivers, if you're riders, take care of your driver, especially the guys. If you're a rider, I've said this before in other videos. If you're a rider, an Uber rider, you use Uber a lot. If you get a driver that you see that's been doing it 5, 6, 7, 8 years, that's been doing Uber for a while, they know what they're doing. Take care of those people. Give them the courtesy and give them a tip. Because, and I've said it before, tips is really what makes Uber worthwhile. I'm not begging for tips out here by saying that. I'm just letting you know that that's what makes drivers want to do the little extras. And you're going to run into drivers, I've told you before, that are just not right for the job. Sorry about those guys. It's going to happen. But, the ones that you see that's been out here 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and they got thousands of drives or rides of carrying people here to there, and they're rated pretty good. Take care of those guys because I've said it before. They are the backbone of what makes Uber work, and they will. That's what keeps it going. If not, you're going to end up with just a bunch of guys out here that don't really give a shit. To put it mildly, that's just where it's at. You got to take care of the guys that keep this whole Uber ball of wax going. It's a pain in the ass. It's a racket. Obviously, you can look at my other videos. I've said all this stuff before. It is a racket. It is a pain in the ass to be an Uber driver some days. But for some of us, this is what we got. We don't have no other choice. This is the job that we have not so much chosen, it chose us because we don't have anything else to fall back on. And those are the guys that you want to take care of, the ones that are out here doing it every day, working it and doing a good job, because those are the ones that make it happen. So anyway, guys, I want to let you go with that. I just had to tell you the story about the missing bullet. The bullet was missing. Bullet was found, though. So anyway, guys, y'all have a good evening, good afternoon. Daddy-O is out. Have a good day.